Hello Gemini, welcome to your April 2019 general reading. Thank you for joining me. This is for Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Now Gemini, this is for Aries season. So this is what you should focus on around this particular time. For you, I get this energy of feeling a little bit worse for wear. And what I mean by that is that you may have burnt yourself out a little bit. I get this energy around you from the crystal mandala of needing relief and time to repair body, mind and spirit. It's about restoration and rebalancing yourself. There is this feeling around you of perhaps being a little bit overloaded or confused. It's just that you have so much going on, a lot of inspiration around you, but as a result of that, you're feeling kind of on this high, or you have been. But I feel like that high is starting to wear off, and now there's the low that comes after that. So there's a little bit of feeling burnt out, a little bit unstable here because you just have so many ideas, but maybe no real plans to follow them through in a methodical, practical way. So it's about taking that short rest and a need to repair body, mind and spirit before it gets too difficult to fix. I get this feeling here of, if you're not in the habit of asking yourself if you need rest and responding to that if you do need rest, or if you don't often notice your own cues for needing rest and thereby end up sick or exhausted, then this oracle comes to you with compassionate grace. It's an express message that it's time for you to take some rest, to recuperate. It's very much here an energy of healing. And I also feel that if there's any situation in your life, Gemini, that may have appeared to have been never-ending, that of course it's not so. Any brokenness of heart or will, defeat or apparent failure can and will be resolved and restored. So there's relief and repair upon you and your life situation. Now from the Ganesha cards, you've pulled the card of embrace, which again is a very nurturing kind of energy. Ganesha is encouraging you to maintain a compassionate heart. Be nurturing towards not only others but yourself. There'll be a lot to be gained from seeing things from a practical or down-to-earth perspective when it comes to dealing with others or pertaining to your present circumstance. So focus on creating a balanced life for yourself, and remember that more can be accomplished when you are serene. So that energy of perhaps being a little bit like a bull in a china shop here and just racing around and trying to get everything done, I feel that that high of that has come crashing down now. And during Aries season, for you, it's about a time to take a much needed rest to heal body, mind and spirit. So Gemini, let's take a look at your messages for Aries season. I've already meditated on your energy. Do a few more shuffles here, Gemini, and then we'll get started. I have the star at the bottom of the deck for you, which means it tells me that you have a lot of ideas. You have a lot of thoughts about where you want to be, where you want your life to go. Okay, let's take a look. And we will start by having a quick look in the past, present energy, the near future, your advice or your best path to follow, what's happening around you, hopes and fears, the outcome, and what this reading is about. So Gemini, let's take a look. Your current energy is the Page of Pentacles. Yeah. Starting over, starting fresh, starting from the ground up. Ideas, opportunities. So for you, there's a feeling here of needing to think of this in a more practical way. You've got the ideas, You've had the inspiration. You've had your Ace of Wands moment already, I feel. Now here's the chance to put some practical, methodical energy towards that idea. How are you going to achieve it? What do you need to do first? In the past, we have the Eight of Wands. Yeah. So you've been moving around really quickly. Things have been happening in a very fast pace. It's like you had these ideas, these inspirations, and you just went for it. And you just went really full force at it. Maybe without a whole lot of practical plans in place. Let's take a look at your current energy. You've got the World card in reverse. So Gemini, this is yet to be completed. You're in the middle of this process. Unfinished business. So for you, you're working on completing out this task. So you're right in the midst of it here. But I feel like you've kind of hit the wall. It's like you've been really, really doing a lot, keeping yourself busy. But I also get the sense that by doing all of that, it may have been a little bit scattered. I get scattered energy, and I also feel that there's a feeling here that you've just done too much too soon. Now, in the near future, you have the Eight of Earth, the Eight of Pentacles. So it's more hard work. Being very, very task and goal oriented. Putting all of the practical effort towards achieving this dream, this goal. So it is going to take effort on your part. So for now, it may just be time, just in Aries season here, just to take a breather, to stop for a minute, to let your body catch up with your mind. Because although the mind wants to be there in a hurry, I feel like the body might be wearing out here. And if you're the type of person here, Gemini, and you might be, that doesn't notice the signals of your body wearing out or becoming exhausted from all of this activity, then it could lead to something more than exhaustion. And I don't want to see you suffer any kind of ill health here because you've burnt yourself out. Now, Gemini, your advice or your best path to follow is the Two of Wands in reverse. Yeah, so take a minute. You've got a lot of plans, you've got a lot of ideas, you are thinking about how to go forward in the future, but right now, I get that it's not the right time to take action on these plans. Right now, it's time just to take a breather here and get your head together. Jot down some very practical ideas of how to accomplish your goals. Rather than doing, it's a time of inaction for you at present. Around you, you have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Yeah. And that's what I was talking about earlier. You've already had that Ace of Wands moment. You've already had the fire lit underneath you. You know what you want to do, you're just not sure how to get there, Gemini. That's the thing. So here it's a case of you feeling like you may not be taking full advantage of the opportunity or an opportunity around you. But I actually don't feel that that's the case. It's just that there's this energy around you of wanting for this to happen quickly. So if it doesn't happen right away, you may get a little bit discouraged, is what I'm getting here for you, Gemini. But I would say not to be discouraged. I would say, and pardon me for that truck outside, it will be gone in a moment. But this Ace of Wands in reverse here, along with the World in reverse, tells me that this is far from over. You've still got a long way to go here, Gemini, but don't be discouraged, because I feel you started off this with a lot of passion, a lot of drive, a lot of determination, It's going to take even more hard work than you realize, but you can get there in the end. It's just that right now, you don't have to do it all at once. So take that moment just to get yourself, to take care of yourself. Now we have as your hopes and fears here the Page of Wands. So you really want to get something started. You really want this to happen. You're getting a little bit impatient, I feel. A little bit tired of waiting. So you're really hoping for this new start. I get these 2 pages here. Tells me that this is something that you're wanting to build from the ground up. So you're starting at the bottom here and really wanting to get this going in your life. This new path, this new idea that you have. So you have had in the past a lot of energy put towards this. It's just at the present time you're not feeling that energy. You're feeling, again, I get burnt out. Now in the outcome here you have the 3 of Wands in reverse. So yeah, it seems like you're not being able to move ahead. But this tells me that there needs to be a little bit of going back to the drawing board here and reassessing how to get there. Because you had the drive, you had the passion, you had the excitement about it, and a lot of activity resulted as that. But because it didn't happen straight away, and I feel because you maybe didn't have as much of the practical, more mundane kind of steps and how to achieve this. I feel like you weren't thinking of that at this particular time. It was all like go, 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 and wanting to get this happening in your life. And Gemini, it just seems like your mind was just going, 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 and had so many ideas for this fresh start. And now, unfortunately, the body has said, look, Gemini, I need a rest. But you're still here thinking, well, I really wanted to get this going. So it may be that you've had some setbacks, and this has led to this feeling of being a bit burnt out. But again, I get this feeling that this is certainly not over by a long shot. It's just some calm. A little bit of calm is needed at the present time in order for you to refocus, to think about the more practical side of things. I think you might have just been going too strongly, too much push towards this, and unfortunately it's kind of not done you any kind of service. It's just been kind of scattered energy, I feel. Maybe a little bit of wasted energy, but I don't think it's going to be wasted in the end. I just feel like you need time to replenish that energy, to get some relief, to nurture yourself and nurture your friendships or relations around you. I do feel that there is support around you. Family and friends are there to embrace, to support, especially if you're feeling a little bit under the weather, a little bit down, that you haven't been able to get this happening in a short space of time. But for you, it's not about things happening quickly. It just doesn't seem like it was the right time to get this thing going, but it's just because you needed a little bit more planning involved, a little bit more organization. And if you feel like you have been wanting to get something new going but not really sure what that was, here's your opportunity to lay a solid foundation for what it is you exactly want here, Gemini. Because if you've been putting a lot of energy into getting something new in your life but not really sure what that was, of course it's going to lead to burnout. Again, I get this feeling here of coming down off the high of getting something new in your life, something exciting, and now there's this low. But the low won't last forever. as long as you, well, I get that there's an energy here of you needing to rest and recuperate so that you don't have to spend too much downtime. Because if you ignore the warning signs, if you ignore your body's cues that it needs rest, then you may run into some trouble later where you will have to take a longer break, and that will delay your success further. So you don't want to do that, Gemini. You want to rest now before it gets to that stage. So let's take a look. I want to have a look at the wisdom of the Buddha here, Gemini. So it seems like Aries season is going to be a rest for Geminis. Rest, recuperation, and planning, practical planning. If you're interested in the love and relationships readings, I have my April in-depth readings up on YouTube already, so please check out the rest of my channel for the in-depth love and relationships readings. Okay, Gemini, let's take a look. What is the message here for this Gemini? Before I show you the message of this card, I want to show the exterior. These are very beautiful illustrations. This one is the Chinese dragon there. Now the message with this one, a fiery force. Okay, conquering dishonesty with truth. Okay, let's have a look. You know, I feel like the fiery force is mainly you, or it has been, Gemini. Unfortunately, at the moment, though, it seems to be a little bit diminished. The message around this, it's about speaking truth, avoiding lying. So I get that the lying here is not lying to others, it's lying to yourself. I feel like you need to say, look, I need a break. I need to take some time here to nurture my health, to get some rest. But it's like your mind doesn't want to hear it. So your mind is telling you lies, but your body is telling you the truth. Speaking the truth, though, will clarify the path in front of you. I feel like the thing is, there's no need for you to be hard on yourself. If you have felt hard, or you've been a little bit self-critical or harsh because you expected yourself to be further along in the process, I feel like this card is speaking to you about have some compassion for yourself. No need to be so harshly judgmental of your progress here. And you won't be able to achieve the results that you want here if you make yourself sick here just by doing too much in too short of a space of time. So it's certainly about you needing to spend some time nurturing yourself and showing yourself compassion. You know, instead of beating yourself up about, oh, why am I not able to achieve this? Why do I need this break? Say to yourself instead, I need this break so that I can achieve my goal in due time. Because if you don't take this break, I get a very strong sense here that there'll be a longer break needed. And that will be even worse for you, Gemini, because then you'll be really upset that you didn't take a shorter break the first time to get this under control. Self-compassion, nurturing yourself. I want to pull out a few more cards on that Three of Wands in reverse there. The Five of Fire, the Five of Wands. Again, I get a sense here of a lot of conflict, but conflict with yourself. It's like you're beating yourself up. I get the sense here that you're fighting. It's like you're fighting. Well, you're fighting competition as well, because I do feel that you're working really hard to be top dog, to be successful in what you are working towards here. So you're feeling the effects of a highly competitive kind of energy. We also have the Tower. So again, I get the sense here of making sure that you take care of your own needs before this tower event happens in your life, before the universe takes care of it for you by making you have a forced rest. So take a rest here to heal body, mind and spirit so that it isn't forced upon you in the future. And let's get one more card, and we have the Emperor in reverse. Yeah, that's you here, Gemini, feeling under the weather. You know, normally you are someone who takes charge, takes control, is feeling good, feeling very strong, secure, has it all together. But right now I get the sense that things are just not happening for you. But again, I get the sense that not to beat yourself up too badly about this. Just take time here to regroup. That's all that's needed, is just regrouping. Take the whole Aries season here to make some plans, but not take action on them just yet, because I feel it's not the right time. If you move ahead too quickly now, things will flame out and then you'll get discouraged. You'll suffer, either body, mind and spirit, maybe all three, and that's not where you want to be. That's not going to lead you to where you want to be, because it started off with all this fiery energy and you don't want it to flame out. You don't want it to burn out. So take that break. That fiery force, all of that Gemini energy here needs to just take a little bit of a back seat here while you heal, regroup, and then start fresh. So I'm going to leave it there for you, Gemini, and wish you all the best with this. If you would like a personal reading, please email me, gypsyinsights@gmail.com. That email is also in the box below. Wishing you the best, Gemini, and I will see you again soon. Don't forget, I've got my love and relationships readings up on YouTube, so please check those out as well if you're focused on your love and relationships. Bye for now, Gemini.